Nouns, proper nouns, pronouns. That is what we're discussing today. Now, unlike with prepositions, there are 50, 60,000 nouns in a dictionary. In fact, nouns make up about half the dictionary. There are literally tens of thousands of them. Obviously, there are less proper nouns and there are less pronouns. So we're going to start off with proper nouns, then we're going to move on to pronouns, and then we're going to move on to nouns. We'll be discussing collective nouns, countable nouns, all that type of stuff. So let's start off at the top. With proper nouns. So what is a proper noun? Well, I am one and you are one as well. Ray, someone's name. Where I live, Blackpool. Where you live, Los Angeles. A country, Japan, another proper noun. The name of your cafe, Big Burger. If that's what your cafe's called, that is a proper noun. In fact, let's just have them firing in from all directions there. Let's have them coming in from the right. Let's have them coming in from the left. Let's have them scrolling up and firing towards you at all angles. That is what a proper noun is. It is something that has a name, like your name, like my name, like your father's name, like your mother's name, like your sister's name, your dog's name. Your dog might be called Jumper. Well, Jumper is, your dog is a proper noun. Okay? And as I say, a town, a city, a country, they are all proper nouns. Okay, and let's put some out here in a sentence for you, okay? And let's add what we call common nouns into the sentence. Let's start off with this one here. Now, you may not think that a bar of chocolate would be a proper noun. A bar of chocolate, a proper noun? Well, not written like that it isn't, but let's say, for example, it's an aero bar, okay? You've got yourself an aero bar, right? I decided to eat my aero bar and a slice of fruitcake. Now you may ask yourself, well, why isn't fruitcake? Why hasn't that been capitalised? Well, because that isn't a specific name, it's just a fruitcake, okay? Now that brings us on to another very, very important point about proper nouns. All proper nouns must begin with a capital letter. This makes them stand out from the sentence. Okay, just like my name, your name, anybody's name, a town's name, a city's name, a country's name, a cafe's name, something that's named. For example, the television behind us, Panasonic, you would say it is a Panasonic television set. Okay, your proper nouns have to begin with a capital letter. Alright, and I'll bring up some more sentences, scroll up some more sentences for you here. I like doing this. I can create sentences here without writing them, you see that? It's like magic, isn't it? It's like magic. And you see what I've done there? I've mixed common nouns in with proper nouns to let you see the difference. The difference being quite simply a proper noun is a name. It's a name, that's what it is. It's got to have a capital letter. Okay? Are you all clear about proper nouns? Do you get the gist of it? Thank you. Right. Okay. So we'll now move on to pronouns. Pronouns. How many pronouns are in the dictionary? If there's over 50,000 nouns in the dictionary. Well, there's not that many. Okay. There's probably more than 73. Okay, probably more, but that gives you a ballpark figure. There really aren't that many pronouns. So, let's give you a definition of the word pronoun here. Now, a pronoun is a substitute basically for a proper noun. What is the point in pronouns? Well, let's just have a look at this little example. Let's just say, let's imagine ourselves living in a world where these 73 pronouns just did not exist at all. And let's just see what the English language would look like if pronouns were erased from existence. Notice there how unnecessary it was to constantly say things like John came into the house, John sat down, John had a drink, John talked to Tina. You see, it goes on and on and on. It's just repeating itself. It's totally unnecessary. Why do you have to say John all the time when you can quite simply say he? Because the first sentence there is actually telling you who it is. It's John. So you don't have to constantly repeat yourself. We already know it's John, okay? So your pronoun comes into play after sentence 1, and that is when John, the proper noun John, becomes he. Okay? He. And we also gave you the example there at the cafe and another couple of examples as well. So obviously the same applies. It could be Sarah, you know, you wouldn't constantly say Sarah did this, Sarah did that, Sarah did the next thing in a paragraph. What you would do is you'd say she. She would replace the proper noun, which is Sarah. So let's put you back onto the light blue. I think we'll make it, should we make it light blue or should we make it green? We'll make it light blue. We'll put you back on the light blue screen and you can see a paragraph written out, paragraphs from different stories, okay? This gives you a little bit of help if you're reading too. You read them, paragraphs written out using pronouns. you see, it makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? It makes much more sense, because constantly repeating a name is unnecessary and it is very poor English. Okay, so pronouns are a very important part of speech, just like everything else is. Just like verbs are important, vital in fact, as are prepositions, adverbs, adjectives, nouns, and we'll be coming to them later, conjunctives, which are joining words like this. Okay, and or if, we'll be coming to them later, so we're not going to be dwelling on them at all. They're all very important. Right, now I'm going to scroll up pronouns for you. As I say, I've written down 73 in my little notebook here, alright? I'm going to scroll them up for you there, and we're going to make a couple of sentences out of them. Okay? Right. Now we'll move on to, we'll go right the way down here, right the way down. I hope you're reading all these. Right the way down to I. Okay? I came in from work late. I, of course, I is replacing my name. In fact, how else could you put that? How else could you write that in a sentence? Because I'm writing about myself here. I can't honestly think of how you could do that without using that word I. You may say you could put down, my name is Raymond or Ray and I came in from work. But then again, you see, my is also a pronoun. So pronouns are very important there. Now, obviously, remember that some pronouns can be used as different types of words. Okay, they do vary. They can have different meanings in different sentences, and we'll learn about that more with the nouns. All right, and we will be coming on to them a little bit later on. Right, from this list, we're going to give you a couple of more examples here using pronouns. The coat was theirs. The coat was theirs. Let's give you a few other examples of sentences using pronouns. I will be highlighting the pronouns for you in the sentences to make it stand out, to make them stand out. What about nouns? Now, we have already discussed the fact that they make up about half the dictionary. Okay? Half the dictionary is full of nouns, because nouns are everything, aren't they? You know, they are everything you can see, and they're everything you can touch. This pen, this video, this light bulb, this candle, calendar here, and pen holder, pens, dictionary, jacket, hand, fingers, okay, carpet, floor, floorboard, rug, chair, computer, ceiling, roof, television. If I look outside, I'll see the sky. The sky, of course, a noun. The sea, a noun. The road, a noun. The street, a noun. Everything you can see and everything you can touch is a noun. Everything. Open up this drawer. Paper, it's a noun. Another pen, noun. A ruler, a noun. It is absolutely everything you can touch. A camera, another ruler, an envelope. You will not be able to find anything. Glue. A couch over there, a book, a lamp, remote control, a picture. It's everything. There's no point going on anymore because you get the general idea. It's everything you can touch. It's everything you can see. That is what nouns are. It's even things you can't see and you can't touch. Yes, I mean, imagine you're looking at that there with X-ray glasses and you're seeing right into me there. I mean, imagine it. Not a pleasant thought, I should imagine. So, there we have it. Everything you can see, everything you can touch, that's a noun. Let's fire some up. Let's have them coming from all directions. From left, from the right, and up, and straight at you. Nouns galore. Try it in your own house, wherever you are. I can guarantee you are right next to a noun. Right next to one. At the moment. Okay? Just like I am. Chest of drawers. Chair. Okay? Unit. Videos, books, DVDs, all nouns. Right. Getting a bit excited here, and hardly surprising. Just look at all these nouns. It is so easy knowing what a noun is. It's so easy, isn't it? When it's everything you can see and it's everything you can touch. Isn't that amazing when English is that easy? Yeah. But what about if a word sounds the same as a verb or an adverb? Okay, you've got a point there. You've got a point. You've got a point, and I'll give you a point for that. That's right, because nouns aren't only things you can see and touch. There are other things as well. The minister has a strong belief in God. Okay? A strong belief in God. The minister holds a very strong religious belief. So, how can we tell if these words are nouns? Well, with belief, it's quite simple. Remember what we did. What now? Look, how are we meant to tell them apart? How can we tell apart, for example, the word today? Somebody told me that isn't even a noun. It's got to be a noun. Yeah, okay, right. I'll be coming on to that. Remember what we did with adverbs. I mean, you do know, sorry, you just excuse me 1 minute here. I mean, you do know what an adverb is, I take it? An adverb? I don't know. Right. I don't want to go explaining the whole thing again, but yeah, okay, just in case you don't know either, that's fine. You're here to learn. There's some people like him over there, he just doesn't want to learn. You can't help people like that. Right, well, an adverb is modifying. It's a word that's modifying a verb, another adverb, or an adjective, okay? Okay, and they fall into 4 categories. These categories there. Alright? Time, place, quantity, and manner. And we'll be coming on to them. Let's go back to the belief one again, right? What happens is, you see, you put an adjective before the word, and that will determine whether or not it is a noun. Think about it. A strong belief, a religious belief, a great belief, little belief, mighty belief. Mighty's not very good. Right. Now, what happens when we use this word here, believe? Let's use that as you would do, let's say you think that's a noun. Okay? The minister had a strong religious belief. Right, for a starter, if it doesn't sound right. Okay, but there's a more scientific way of determining whether or not that is a noun, and that is what you do. I mean, think about it. Try putting an adjective before the word believe. A big believe, a small believe, the believe? Surely not. No, of course not. A believe? Doesn't make any sense at all. Therefore, the word believe most certainly cannot be a noun, and it isn't. What is the word believe? The word believe is an... Have you got it? It's a verb. I believe in God. There we have it. Or, past tense, I believed what he said. Right, so it's believe is a derivative of the word belief, and that is showing you how to tell a noun apart from another word, like an adverb, or a verb, or an adjective. Okay, now we're going to scroll up some examples for you here. Incorrect examples, right? Just using my little technique here of putting an adjective before a word that we're not sure about. We're not sure, is that a noun or isn't it a noun? This is the simplest way to determine whether or not the word that you're not sure about, this is a way to determine whether or not it is a noun, right? Now these were all incorrect, okay? These are all incorrect. These are all correct. Again, let's give us the words, first of all, that we're not sure about. Is it a noun? Is it not a noun? Oh, I don't know. Right? You're looking at these words there, and you think, well, they could be anything, couldn't they? I don't know. Right. Put your adjective before them. And yes, you will see that all these words are nouns because they all fit. The adjective goes before the noun, therefore it makes sense. Putting an adjective before an adverb, well, that's not going to work, is it? Okay, because what does an adjective do? It can modify another adjective or a noun. It doesn't do anything else. I mean, it can get help from prepositions, okay? But it doesn't modify them. It does modify another adjective or a noun or a proper noun. Right, okay. That's quite enough of you. This is a little tool that the doc left behind when he came to visit me last May there. It's called an annoying ray evaporator. And that gets rid of him. You will get words that have dual purposes, okay, that can be verbs and nouns, for example. The dictionary is full of such examples, and it all depends on how the sentence is written or how you're reading the sentence. I need money to buy a jacket. Okay? I need money to buy a jacket. Your word need there would simply have to be a verb, wouldn't it? We are in great need. So countable nouns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Some things you can count, which is absolutely fine. Right? Some things you can't count. Or some things it is just too much bother to count. Or it is unnecessary to count them. For example, salt on your fries. Or salt on your egg. You're not going to say, I put 137 grains of salt in my egg. You're going to write, I added salt to my egg. I put some salt in my egg. I went to town today and had some coffee. Okay, so because nobody says I went to town today and had 75 centilitres of coffee or 75 centilitres of Coke. I've never ever heard anybody say that in my entire life, and I must be what, nearly 17 now. So, some things you can count, some things you can't count. And the way to get around that one is, you'd say a cup of coffee, a glass of milk, you're not giving the exact measurement, you know, some salt, some vinegar. Okay? Because there are actually a lot of nouns that are classed as non-countable. Because it's just ridiculous, you know, it's impossible in some cases to count. I mean, for example, I walked over the sand. So the sand, you're not going to say I walked over 357,462,197,382 grains of sand. I think you get the general idea. I hope you've really enjoyed this video, and I hope it has been of some help to you. Right, how much have you learned though? That's the important thing. Do you understand? proper nouns, pronouns and nouns. Well, there's going to be 20 questions and let's just see if you do. Next on the agenda is interjections. It's a pretty good video. I'll see you all later on.